I hit the wrong button to start with. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to week 3. I know maybe the week 4 popped up there first, but I did hit the week 3. How is everyone? This is the Flossiversary Summer SAL 2023, and it's good to see everybody here this evening. Let's see. Hello, it's so good to see everybody here in the chat. Why is my chat not showing up where I want it to again? So fun. Okay, I'm going to find my overlay. Apparently. And Frank is saying hello because he is squeaking his toy. Hello, hello, everybody. Okay. This is highly irritating that my chat is not where I want it to be. Let me see if I can fix it. This really shouldn't be this hard. Okay. So how is everyone's stitching coming? Let me know. I'm still behind as per usual. I will get there. My plan for this entire week is to only do the SAL. So I think that will work good. I'm excited. There's my chat. Goodness gracious. There we go. Yes, hello, Mrs. Darcy. Hi, Susan. Thank you so much. I actually had a different shirt on, but the air conditioning makes me cold. And this also works really good theme-wise for our SAL. Frank always thinks I'm talking to him. So Frank is getting fixed tomorrow. So I fed him already his supper because he can't have anything now until after his procedure. So that'll be fun. He'll wonder why I'm not giving him his treats that he's used to. Teresa, I am behind too, but I know it's going to be quick. I've kind of been a little scattered, and I'm ready to dig in. In fact, I was stitching right here before the live, or before I made the video live, so I am excited. That's what I'm going to do. Create for pause, working on Haunted Halloween. I need to get that going as well. I plan to have that get going before I film this week's Flosstube, so excited. Oh, yeah, Carrie says, poor Frank, we haven't told him. Oh, that's funny. Nan is making progress on the 1776 sampler. That is awesome. Watch and work. Yes. Snip, snip, Susie said. Absolutely. Working on second patriotic stitch. Yay. Run, Frank, run. Robin says yes. Hand piecing a quilt top, Candy. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, so today I have a couple things I was going to talk about. It is week 3. If you're going to stitch the way I'm stitching it, it is the week where we're going to stitch the basket. I'm actually going to put my friend Heather's stitch up on the screen, and I want to show you what she did. If you're behind like me and you're inspired, because I like how she combined the two charts. She's combining the two charts like I am, but she's doing it in a super fun way. So let me get that up. You can see that she did the top border, then she did stars and stripes, and then she divided the text and put the basket and then the text underneath. So I wanted to show you guys that because I thought it was super inspiring, really beautiful, and a very fun way to combine the two charts. And again, it's just another idea of how you can take parts and pieces of different charts and make it your own. I found it really inspiring, and so I wanted to share it with all of you guys as well. Oh no, Shari, that's not good. Deb has out-of-town guests. Well, that's fun. I had out-of-town guests over the weekend, so there wasn't a lot of stitching going on there either. I'm ready to kind of get back to my normal schedule where I stitch a lot. Yes, isn't that cute? I'm just going to leave it up for a few minutes while I'm chatting because I thought that that was really, really beautiful. So if you're not very far, if you're like me and you're behind and you love the look of that, or you kind of want to take elements of that, I thought that would be fun too. I even think it would be fun to just take stars and stripes, put the basket, and then do forever underneath and leave the borders off. Whatever, even if you're stitching something else, I wanted to show it to you guys just as an example. Heather's here. Hello, Miss Heather. Yes, it's beautiful. Have you finished it now? I guess I commented on your Instagram post, but I'm not sure if you had finished the whole thing. Yes, and you know what? If you've stitched forever underneath stars and stripes, that's fine. This is just an example, and I just wanted to throw it up here to show. Yes, isn't it amazing, Mrs. Darcy? Absolutely. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to mention, I'm going to switch back to just me for a minute, is that this is unrelated to our SAL, but I put up the free rainbow chart that I shared with you guys. We talked about it last week during the live. I showed it in my Flosstube. It's the Create chart from Teresa Kogut. It's that free download. It was from the 2020 Nashville market. They always have a free chart from a designer during Nashville Needlework Market, and 2020 must have been Teresa Kogut. So it's this. And you can stitch it any way you want. And I've seen some beautiful ones. You guys have shared some with me. The Facebook group has some beautiful ways to stitch it. I finished mine, and I put it on my Instagram this morning. So here's what mine looks like. I did mine in rainbow using the Color in Cotton over-dyed floss, and I love it. Now, I stitched on 40 count pale pink linen by Zweigart. And I've noticed I've had quite a few comments, oh my gosh, how do you stitch it on there? I just want to let you guys know, you don't have to stitch it on exactly what I stitch it on. You can stitch it on whatever fabric you want. In the description box below this video, and I will do this in this week's Flosstube, and I'll try to put it some other places too. I went and looked for some other pale pink fabrics. Ada's, like I think I found a 32 count, a 28 count linen. I tried to find a variety of sizes if you want to stitch on something that maybe is a little easier for you. This was my first time stitching on 40 count. It went amazing. But I do like stitching on 36. So 40, I didn't feel like was any harder. And the pale pink sets off these colors beautifully. Now, if you want to stitch it in a different color, just grab fabric. I will tell you, when I looked for fabric with the floss colors, I already have my floss colors. I laid out, I did a floss, you know, where I put my floss, what's that called? Why am I drawing a blank? But I laid my floss on my fabric, and I originally thought I would do like a minty color, but it was really way, way, way too close to this. And I remembered I had purchased this 40 count pale pink, and when I laid the floss on it, I liked how it looked. So it's really going to be determined by the floss colors you pick. Now, if you have been wondering, pardon me, what floss I used, I've had a lot of requests for the exact colors. I think I mentioned them in last week's video, live video. I listed them down in the description below. I listed them on Instagram and Facebook, and I will talk about it again in this week's Flosstube. Floss toss, Nan, thanks. It's the end of the day. I did a lot today. Oh, thank you, Odelia. That's so nice of you. Beatrice says, I'm doing my stitch on 25 count linen. It's really soft. Is it typically that soft? Beatrice, it really depends on the linen that you're using. Denise said, I couldn't see 40 count to save my life. 36 is pushing it. That's hilarious. Shaman, would that fit on those project bags you can stitch on? It might. I don't know. You would have to, I don't have any of those project bags. So you would just have to, here's what the stitch count is. I think it's on here. It's not. It's like 122 by 45. It's about 142 or 122 by 45. So you would just have to, I'm not sure what stitch count those bags are. It probably would, but I don't want to say that in case it wouldn't. You're all good, Nan said yes. Yes, I love Sweetwater too, Julie. Okay, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. That is what we're here for tonight. We're just going to stitch, chat, catch up, see how everybody is doing. Mrs. Darcy said her linen was stiff as a board. I think different linen companies and different linen dyers, I think it just makes, linen is different. I like Zweigart linen better than Nichol. Nichol is very stiff. I personally like softer fabric, but some people really like stiffer fabric. So it just kind of depends on what you personally like to stitch on. Yes, Karen also says you can just stitch on Aden or Lugana and make it into a project bag. Absolutely. Yes, check your bag, Shimon. That I would be curious to know. Sandy says, I'm too old. I stitch on 14 or 16 count. I do want to say, Kimberly of Fat Quarter Shop has a beautiful pale pink fabric. It was just released not too long ago, and I did link it down below. It's a 14 count Aida because that's what she likes to stitch on. And Fabric Flare actually, what is that that's floating around? Fabric Flare did the fabric for her, and it's really pretty, and it would be a very nice fabric if you like a 14 count. It was Nichol, Mrs. Darcy said yes. And Beatrice says her linen is Zweigart, so that makes total sense. And like I said, I personally really like Zweigart better, but it's a personal preference. Kathy says, I'm behind and I restarted since I didn't like my first fabric and got new fabric. I have to say I considered starting over. I've considered starting over today because I wish I'd used a darker fabric, but I think I'm going to go with it. I have an idea. If it doesn't work out, I'm going to test it and then I'll tell you guys about it later. I'm not going to say it unless it's going to work out. Hello from Newfoundland, Canada, Tiffany says. Well, hello. Yes, Sandy loves Fabric Flare and just got the blue gingham. Fabric Flare, in case if you haven't watched the Fat Quarter Shop video where Kimberly goes over the different kinds of fabrics and fabric dyers, I highly recommend it. Fabric Flare, can't say that, tongue twister. They screen print. So the back of their fabric is going to be probably white or whatever the base is, but then they screen print on top. And I really like their fabrics too. And theirs are where you get a lot of the fun patterns and different things like that. Thank you so much. Love my shirt. I love that. I love the Pink Create. I am stitching the green for the Fat Quarter Shop SAL, and it's really soft. Yes. Awesome. Mrs. Darcy, I didn't like the Nichol, but I persevered. Yes. And I also stitched, what was that called? 2 years ago, the Fat Quarter Shop Halloween SAL. I stitched it. That wasn't Boo Crew. Boo Crew was last year. What was the year before called? But it was the same design as the quilt. And I did the quilt and the cross stitch. And the cross stitch was done on Nichol. And I struggled. But I do love it. It did turn out beautiful. Let's see. After trying Weeks Dye Works linen, I almost gave up on using another. I hated it for that because it's loosely woven. Yes, and some people love loosely woven and some do not. You just really have to look. Picture this plus is going to be a linen, or I think they do Lugana as well. That is going to be it's going to be more tightly woven. I don't know if that's in the dyeing process or whatever. It just really depends. Bats and Boos. Thank you, Create for Paws. I knew it was something B&B, but I couldn't think of it. Yes. Bats and Booze. I loved it. Let's see. Been stitching on 14 and made my way to 16 today, working upward. Donna says, that's awesome. She talked about needles yesterday. Yes. Shari said that's where her beehive pattern Ada is from. Yes. Shari is stitching Hive Rules on a beehive print. So like a really cool like hexagon print background, and that is Fabric Flare. Okay, you guys, let's see. Where do you buy most of your fabric? I don't stitch on linen, just Lugana or Ada. Fat Quarter Shop. Fat Quarter Shop, or there are other sites that you can get them on, just different cross-stitch shops, or any shops that you hear people talk about, you can call and ask what they have in stock if they don't have an online order form, because I know a lot of the local needlework shops don't. Fat Quarter Shop is probably where I buy the majority. I'm trying to think if I buy 123 Stitch will have some too, and it's really, but I find Fat Quarter Shop carries a lot of 14 count Ada and Lugana. Hello, Martha. Let's see. Diane, you are not running late. I really haven't even started stitching. Let's see. Okay. Yes. And if you haven't caught it, several of you have mentioned Fat Quarter Shop did do a talk yesterday about needles, and it was very interesting. I watched it last night when I was stitching, and I thought it was really, I didn't know a lot of that stuff about the different brands of needles. So if you, it's only, I think, about 30 minutes long, and it's very, very informative. Yes, I love Fat Quarter Shop too. Fat Quarter Shop, Lugana is awesome, Karen says. Yes, I agree. And for anyone who's curious or wants to move on from an Ada and linen is intimidating to you, try a Lugana. That's what I did. I went to Lugana next, and I worked with that, and I love Lugana. But it's going to be, considered an even weave, so it's a little bit easier to stitch, because linen, some of the threads can be thinner, some can be wider, and it's just a little harder to count your little holes in your fabric. So it would be a great transitional fabric if your goal is to maybe get to linen, or maybe you just want to stitch Lugana, which is fine too. Shari says 123 Stitch has tons of colors and in different sizes too. And she likes that they give you a DMC color number as a color comparison. Very helpful when looking at images online. Yes. In fact, when I was looking for pink fabrics to give you guys some options, I noticed one of the fabrics on 123 Stitch said like it was the equivalent of DMC 818, which is a pink. So it's very helpful. Hello. Let's see. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, it only says Facebook user for me. So I don't know who you are. You may have to put your name in your comment. So sorry about that. It's because the group is private, that you don't pop up. Yes, Karen used to be only a 14 count Ada stitcher, and she's moving on to Lugana. Let's see. Oh, yay. Jenny's working on the freedom chart for the SAL. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to flip around, keep just chatting, ask questions if you have anything, or if I didn't cover things, you guys let me know. We'll see what we're going to do here. Let me get my light. Also, if you're going to stitch on a higher count fabric and it's hard for you to see, I've seen a lot of those comments, I highly recommend the Halo Daylight Go, or the Halo Go Light. Ignore the fact I've got multiple needles in my fabric. I was testing out my white. I think we're going to use Classic Colorworks Snowball. Made it finally, RC Stitches said. Hello, Danielle. Hi, Carol. 25 is a great transition. Yes, Patricia, I think you would be so pleasantly surprised with the light and the magnifier. It helps tremendously. Also, because I got my post up late last week for the giveaway, it is still up for week 2 for a few more days. I think I'm leaving it up until Sunday morning or so. So you have all the rest of this week and part of the weekend to enter for that giveaway. This week's giveaway is going to be some fun Cherry Hill Stitchery Christmas charts. Perfect if you're going to stitch Christmas in July or Jolly July or any of those things. Donna says, just finished The Robins Are Here in 40 count linen. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. So many have stitched the free freedom chart. Oh, yay. Sleepless for way too long says, I cannot stitch without my magnifying light. It's the best purchase I have made. 100% agree. It has completely changed how I feel about stitching. I liked it before and I could see my 14 count Aida just fine, but I was trying to stitch on a 32 count fabric and I was so frustrated. And I really thought, what is wrong with me? And of course, you know, by the time I was getting around to stitching, it was evening and it was probably fall or winter and there wasn't good light left. And so I was just so disappointed. Well, come to find out, a magnifying light was all I needed because I have never been happier. I plan to start the white flower in the middle of the basket. How far down should I count? I don't know. It depends on how you're stitching it. Have you started the stitch at all? Do you always use your light to stitch? Amy said, yes, unless I'm outside, and then I just use the magnifier. I'm doing my first Lugana project, the North Pole from Primrose Cottage, and glad to have the halo go because the holes are tiny. Yes. Yes, 25 count Lugana is great. It's a great transition. Mrs. Darcy says yes. Yes to what? I can't remember what I asked. You'll have to remind me. It should be basically... Oh, I did not chart it, so I have a hard time. If you haven't started, and if you're going to stitch it this way, I would, let's see, I would guess it's going to be just a little bit lower than middle, because that's going to be in the bottom part of your stitch. I would make sure that you've left plenty of fabric. Oh, Mrs. Darcy has freedom done, though. That's awesome. Oh, yay, Debbie. Congratulations. Off for the summer. That's awesome. Sleepless for way too long. Yes, I know. That would be fun. I am for sure considering that for a future a Teresa Kogut chart for sure. It's just so hard to pick. I want to stitch all the things. Oh no! Bridget said a cat ran off with her floss. That's not good. Sometimes my dogs run off with my floss. It does look like something fun. Oh, you got a new sewing machine for your birthday last week. Oh, from your 2 best friends. Oh, that's awesome. That's not awesome. What am I doing? Okay. Already messing up. When you guys say, I don't know how you can stitch and talk, I don't do it very well. All right, we're going to rethread. We want to stitch all the things. We sure do. I am planning on doing, like, not having such a break between SALs. I kind of have some plans for that, so stay tuned. Julie wants to know, how do you split up your time between all the hobbies? Because she has the same hobbies. Okay. Card making is my job, so that's actually what I do for work. And while I do love it, cross stitch and quilting give me a break from that. So I usually cross stitch in the evenings. Sometimes I will cross stitch like at lunch or during my lunch break or whatever. And then I tend to quilt on the weekends. Hello, Rachel. Nan says her 50th birthday is next week. I think I'm going to get the Halo Go. Oh, I love that. Is Halo Go a desk lamp or a clip-on lamp? Odelia says. Desk lamp. It is. I don't have a clip-on lamp. Now, Halo does sell a clip lamp for desks, but this kind of has a little bit of a weighted bottom, and it will tilt. So when I am sitting, you can see, like on the couch or a chair or whatever, it will tilt a little bit more. I have it more up and down just for the sake of video here tonight. I want to stitch or look for things to stitch, Donna said. Oh, Sandy has a nice compliment for Shari with the chart she made for the Lawn Fawn dies. That's awesome. Super, super cute. I agree. And here's the thing. So this is the rechargeable version. I also have a plug-in version. The rechargeable is a little more expensive, but if you are close to an outlet, you can buy the one that isn't rechargeable. It's going to be about the same. It is the same size, actually. And you can just leave it plugged in if you like. Sandy said at Stitch Group today, everyone but her used the lamp. Oh, no. That's funny. Well, I don't know. Shari, have we convinced you that you need one yet? We tried to convince Shari on our girls' weekend. Yes, and Shari gave the heads up in the chat, so I will share. There are more charts coming for those dies, so my card makers who like to stitch on cards, stay tuned. Shari has some fun stuff for everybody. Let's see. Karen says, stitching on the porch. It's a nice evening. That's awesome. I can't see without my Halo Go. Do you use glass if you get your cross stitch framed? If so, what type of glass? Non-glare. So it's been a while since I've had something framed. I have watched a lot of videos talking about it. You can get museum glass if you don't want to glare. You can choose not to put glass in it if you want. I know a lot of people worry about the stitch getting dirty. In the past, and it's been many, many moons, I'm getting ready to go have something stitched, and I haven't decided what I want stitched. Framed. Let's go with framed. I stitched it already. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. So I know museum glass is more expensive, which is the non-glare. Let's see. You do need a light, Shari. Huh? Or maybe not, you know. Some people can see good maybe without it. I just no longer can. I used to. I did stitch on linen a long time ago, and all of that I just stitched. But now I'm so spoiled, I just want to stitch with a light. Oh, you ordered it. I couldn't remember if you did or not. I knew you got the sewing machine. Karen, you're welcome. Lots of excitement over new patterns coming for those cute hoop dies from Lawn Fawn. Shari is the mastermind behind those, which is super fun. Let's see. Patricia says, any hints about the next SAL? Halloween, fall, Christmas. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, I am going to do one next month. It's going to be a Christmas in July. So, and hopefully, I don't think it will be a very hard one. I shouldn't say hard. Hard is not the right word. Long one. And I have a reason for doing it, and I'm either going to put my post up tonight or tomorrow. I just need to finish typing it for you guys. So that will be a Christmas in July. Just to kind of go along with all the Christmas in July that will be going on anyway in the industry next month. After that, I am planning to do a Halloween one. I just have to decide what I want to stitch for sure. I kind of have it narrowed down between two. We shall see. And then I also think I already know what I want to do for my birthday, and I think I will do it as a stitch along as well. Which my birthday is in November. I can't decide. Maybe that might be too late for what I want to do. Anyway, I have the next two kind of planned out. The next one for sure. Yeah, Shari bought all the things. Yay, Christmas. And I have a very specific reason for why I picked what I did. And so when I put my post up, you'll know, and we can talk all about it. But I want to get it up so that, you know, supplies can be purchased or, you know, gathered up. And I think it's going to be fun. Oh, Martha, I agree. It's so hard not to buy them all. So hard. Oh, also, I can't believe I didn't start with this. Super exciting. I think I'm only 4,000 subscribers away from 100,000. And you guys know what that means. I better get to finishing up all the things I'm doing and also get all my prizes ready because we're getting closer. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're going to have some really fun giveaways. I'm probably going to do something for that milestone. We may even do some sort of fun SAL or something like that. I have all kinds of ideas. Mrs. Darcy says, I will do it with our old-fashioned SAL. Oh, that went flying by because I wasn't reading. That's almost done. Yay! Oh, Jeanette says, doing a prairie schooler Santa. I love those. Christina says, Shari, what machine did you get? I can't remember, but she got a neat one that Heather recommended, and really great machine. I'm going to mention those in next week's Flosstube. I have a couple of fun recommendations for you guys. Let's see. A brother is what Shari got. Oh my gosh, stitching from Spain. Yes, and I'm going to tell you, so I know that a lot of times I do PDFs, but I have done the caveat that I won't always do PDFs. For sure the Christmas in July is not one. I can tell you that already. And I don't know that Halloween will. I know that is kind of a bummer, but I will also give you plenty of time to gather or order it if possible, if you want to do it. There's my number one criteria is that I actually want to stitch it. Let's see. Oh, Sandy's new machine is also a brother. Wouldn't it be funny if you guys got the same machine? Oh, yes, Donna, the Blackbird designs for Halloween. I know. They're really good. But I would very, very much like to do a Teresa Kogut stitch along at some point. That's funny that you mentioned that, because a friend and I were just talking about that here a few weeks ago. Susie, I'm glad you can still stitch on cards. And I'm glad that you're here visiting with us too. Oh my gosh! Deborah said watching and doing an FFO tonight. That's awesome. It's patriotic. And today she made a Halloween project bag. Wow, you've had a great day. And working on the haunted Halloween. Oh, I love that. Oh, you guys, that's so fun. It looks like several of you have been getting new machines. I love it. It could be a birthday, Sal. For sure. Let's see, Shaman, I just ordered some Teresa Kogut fabric for project bags and want to add a cross stitch to one. Love her art. Yes, I do too. And if you haven't watched her Flosstube, you definitely should. True artist. It's really interesting. And her new Christmas fabric is really cool. I just noticed that was in stock, like at Fat Quarter Shop. Patricia says, I love Teresa's Christmas ornaments from last year. Is anyone in Teresa's Patreon? Anyone here? I know I have a couple of friends who are in her Patreon. I'm not. I've considered. She is an amazing artist, Jeanette. I agree. Little House Needleworks Liberty is what Lisa's working on. Oh, yes. That's awesome. My friend Lori started working on those. She stitched one while we were on our girls' weekend, and it's so cool. That's a really fun chart. Nan loves Teresa's Kringle fabric. Yes, absolutely. Janice is packing lots of stitching for her vacation. I love that. Oh, and as always, I have marker all over my hands from crafting today. So please ignore it. It will probably come off in the shower. I scrubbed, but I don't know how I got alcohol ink markers all over me. But I do. Debbie's in her Patreon. What level are you on, Debbie? What one do I need to join? Oh, and RC Stitches is too. And Cynthia wants to sign up for it. Hi, Chantal. You're the friend I met. I didn't know you were here. I was going to text you later and say, what level? That's funny. Okay, Vanessa wants to know, how does everyone pack for vacation? There are some great floss tubes I have seen where people show how they pack. But if you guys have some tips, can you drop them in the comments and let us know how? Okay, thank you, Chantal. What cloth are you currently stitching on? I started All American by Primrose Cottage on 18 count linen and gave up. Restarted on 28 count even weave and finding it easier. I'm stitching on, so 18 count is going to be the equivalent of 36. That might be why it was a touch more challenging. 14 and 28, so 14 count, 28 is the equivalent of a 14 count, and 16 or 32 is the equivalent of a 16. So I'm stitching on 32 count right now. You're here, yes. So we've got a level 3, a level 4, a level 2. Oh, we've got go all in. Chantal said, you are the worst enabler ever. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. I've got to count here for a minute so that I don't stitch wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really don't know if I counted right. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I sure did not. Let's try again. Hold one moment, please. 1, 2, 3. I still don't think I counted right. Level 4 and love it. Yep. Yes, you know you're the enabler. Look who's talking about enabling, Sandy said. Okay. Point taken. I got to count again. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. Is it going to be one of those nights where I can't count? Okay, I think this is right. Let me check. Yes, finally. And my neighbor dogs are barking, as always. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. Beatrice went to Indiana last week to visit sisters and used a project bag and was able to carry in her carry-on bag with no issues. It was challenging on the plane without her magnifier, but doable. Gulf Coast crafter, pardon me, if stitching on a plane, bring a single color stitch, fill in, or a repetitive pattern that doesn't require looking at the chart often. Oh, that's a great tip. I would say if you could do any outline at all, because I really like that, if you're working on something and do fill in, that is a great tip. I believe the rule is that your scissors need to be the blades need to be 4 inches and under. But definitely check with, let me center this. Check with like the TSA online for all of that kind of stuff. Our Stitchy Pal group enables us all. Absolutely. Definitely count twice, stitch once. I will tell you, even on my create chart, I had one tiny error when I was stitching it late at night when I finished it, and I caught it and I was so mad because I was right at the end, and I ripped it out and then I finished it the next morning instead of trying to finish it then because no. Oh yeah, Heather said that TSA was very interested in her Halo Go Light. What scissors do you ladies carry when you fly? I have to say that I have not flown with scissors yet. I would probably not take anything expensive, just in case. I would probably just use something inexpensive. Cherry Chick, hello! I was wondering if I missed the explanation on your hands. No, you didn't. It's because I was crafting. This is how I look most of the time. We went... Where did we go, girls? On our girls' weekend, we went somewhere, and I realized that I had threads from sewing stuck all over my clothes. That's how you know that you're old, because you just don't care, I guess, when you leave the house. I didn't even look at myself. What is wrong with me? I didn't like lint roll or anything. You guys, that's just how I am. Let's see. Lisa says she just returned from vacation and brought quite a bit. Let me scroll back. Maybe. Where's my mouse? She had a Halo Go and a bag of multiple projects. She brought mini travel scissors. And packed a few small bits in an Altoid 10. Allison says be mindful of the scissors. Oh, she had some confiscated. Yep. I would take, y'all, if it was me, I have nice ones, and then I have inexpensive ones, and I would just take inexpensive. That would be me. Oh, Heather says scissors have to be less than 3 inches. Thank you. Shari flew with her little scissors. You can use fingernail clippers. Yes, great tips from everybody. Karen says TSA guidelines are 4 inches from pivot point. Yeah, I would just check with TSA prior to leaving. I think we all had thread all over our clothes, Heather. Good. It wasn't just me, because I was kind of embarrassed, to be honest. Shari says we did. Visker's folding scissors, will those work on a plane? Donna said, I don't know. I would check with TSA. Threads and spots of paint and ink are just self-expression at its finest, Shaman said. Thank you. Oh, you guys make me feel better about the fact that I'm kind of a hot mess. Most of the time. I used to always go to the kids' activities, and I would show up, because like it'd be volleyball match in the afternoon or a football game in the evening or something. And I would show up thinking everything was fine. And then, you're sitting there and it's the first time you've sat down in the day, and I'd look at my hands and they would look exactly like this. Even though I washed them, it's just stained. It'll come off eventually. And I was like, really? People probably look at me and are like, can she not get herself fixed up to go out in public? And the answer is no. Let's see. Good. Shari goes out with ink on her fingers often too. That makes me feel better about the fact that I'm a mess. Karen, that's funny. And Heather's covered in ink all the times too. The little flag pillows you made on your girls' weekend are adorable. Is there a pattern? It is a pattern. I made a flag pillow. In fact, I need to make myself a note right now. I made a flag pillow last year, so it is a pattern from... Okay, maybe I'll just look for it. Just 1 second. I can tell you now, and then I'll remember. It is... I think it's in here. It might not be. I can't show patterns from my binder, so let's flip up to my face while I flip through here and look for it real quick. And then I'm going to show that pillow in this week's Flosstube. I know I showed it last year. It might not be in this binder. Oh, it is. It is. It is. Yay. Okay, it is the Little Flags pattern, and it's a design by Jennifer Orme and illustrated by Natalie Jacob of Fiji Mama Quilts, which I love. I will have to look for the download. This is the pattern. So that's the little flag. It's super, super teeny tiny. The finished size of each flag are going to be 3 by 4. So they're very, very tiny. And then I put three rows of 3 for 9 to make my quilted throw pillow. But I will, where did I download this from? I will link it when we're done in the description. Liza said, I'm late. Did I miss all the shopping talk? We actually haven't talked a ton about shopping tonight. Have we? I don't think so. Let me put this back out of the way. Let's see. Ooh, lots of baby bog bags got purchased or received, I guess. Mrs. Darcy, I have taken communion with Copic ink stained hands. Same. I thought it could have been a cat fight, but didn't want to be rude. Oh, that's funny. You're not a mess. I'm covered in paint. Chantal, that's awesome. Yay. Shimon hasn't put one stitch in tonight. Chat is too much fun. Put a stitch in, girl. It looks like us crafters are always covered in paint, thread, ink, all the things. Shopping talk. All my friends made me buy all the things after spending the weekend with them. She may never spend the weekend with us again, is what Shari's saying. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay, let me put a couple more stitches in. How's everybody doing? Bridget bought a baby bog bag. Yay! I really do love mine. I cannot believe it. I completely said, I'm not buying one of these. I don't need one of these. And then I bought one, and as per usual, I love it. I'm a knitter, Kim says, and now a cross stitcher, and I always fly with scissors, small ones, and my project, it keeps me busy and sane. Yes. I always have thread on me, Nan said. Yes, we just enable, us crafters like to enable each other, don't we? Ooh, Heather got her bag too. Oh, Nicole says she just got the Lawn Fawn embroidery hoop and the rainbow add-on dies and loves them. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing. Yay. Okay, Mrs. Darcy figured out how to start the basket. Good. Because I've been thinking about that the whole time. Jennifer got the baby bog bag too. Okay, if you got the baby bog bag, in the chat, tell me what color you got. I love hearing. So tell me which one what color. Jeanette says her daughter bought one for the beach. Yes, absolutely. If you are a beach or a lake person or pool person, I think that's kind of what they were made for, but that would be awesome. And they come in every color. Yes, Liza says that Chantal enabled her to buy the baby bog bag too. You hear that, Chantal? We're going to blame you now. It's your fault. Yes, Chantal has red, Liza mint green. Thank you, RC Stitches. She's reminding everyone to please hit the thumbs up. Yes, please do. I super appreciate it. Everyone watching the replay, thank you guys for watching the replay. Orange. Karen got orange. Dawn got the red, white, and blue. Oh my gosh. Woo. It's going by. Danielle needs to check them out. Heather got teal. Is it called tealing? And Nan has bog bag FOMO. Do I need a baby hog bag? But I think it's bog. Karen, I think hog is funnier. Lauren got red, white, and blue. Kim got teal. Jennifer got the patriotic bag. Another patriotic from Jan. Yes, Shari did create them, Nicole. She absolutely did. So, and she's got more fun things coming, which is great for all of us card makers. Cassie got orange. Hello, Sharon from Australia. Jan says that even though she got the red, white, and blue, she might buy another. I love it. Oh, I'm totally thinking that I will probably buy another one since I got the red, white, and blue one. I mean, I'm a sucker for anything that has stars on it or hearts. Let's be honest. We all know this. So more than likely I'll end up with another one for after the summer holidays. Okay, I'm probably going to finish this stitch and flip my camera around. I feel like I've stitched something wrong. No, that's right. That's right. Kim says she doesn't trust someone without paint, thread, yarn, glue on them. We are all creatives. Same. Therese bought the patriotic. Chantal says she needs more colors now. Well, you do need to. You're the full set girl. It's called full set syndrome, where you have to have it all. I love it. Hoping to stay strong, have not succumbed. Donna said, not buying. Diane says, not buying one as I hop over to Amazon to add to cart. That's hilarious. I might need the big one. Liza said, I think if my kids were still little, I would totally have gotten the big one. That would have been so much handier than what I used to do, which was a disaster. Or when my daughter did swim team, it would have been so good in the summers for that. Rhonda wants to know if we all bought the baby bog. I did, and I think the majority here have. If you bought the bigger one, though, let us know in the comments what you think. Yes, Christina, absolutely. Liza held out until Thursday of last week. You know, I do that all the time. I'm like, well, I did it. Chantal shared it a long time ago, and then Emily of Primrose Cottage shared hers. Like, I want to say it's been a couple months or whatever. It took me forever to pull that trigger. Liza still has littles. Oh, yeah. That would be fantastic if you've got young ones. Oh, Mrs. Darcy, thank you for this super chat. You're so sweet. I would show you Frank, but I don't know where he is. He's probably hiding. They went to the groomers today, and so they're tired. Kathy got the red, white, and blue. Oh, I think we need monogram charms for them now, Chantal said. Where do we get those? Do you know? I'm sure if anyone knows, Chantal knows. Oh, Kathy says her next one is the pink with the hearts. Yes. Have you found that in stock anywhere? Because I always want the hearts. Always. Okay. Have I missed anybody's questions? Do you have any questions about the SAL? Anything at all? If you're watching this after the live has ended, drop me a comment. And I will get to it. I am slowly but surely getting caught up on all the comments on my YouTube channel. So definitely let me know there. Oh, Deborah's Local Boutique sells them, and you can get things to decorate the bag with. They stick in the holes and they are cute. Yes. How fun. Will the small bog bag hold the Halo Go lap desk and a couple project bags I need to carry? It probably won't carry the lap desk. Mine doesn't. I can put probably, so I don't have it in here. I'll show it in my Flosstube how I do it. I can get like 6, 7 bags in mine, and then I stick my halo go down the side. So I can get everything but my lap desk in mine. How many rows between forever and the top of the flowers? However many you want. I have not got to that point, so I cannot tell you. I am behind. I would probably not do more than like 2. I like mine buddied up. So I would look at the rest of the chart and kind of see. I think I would only do 1 or 2 rows, probably 2. I didn't see the pink with hearts either, Shelly. I'm going to have to go look for that. You can guarantee that. Oh, thank you, Kim. You're so nice. 4 rows, Mrs. Darcy said. Is that how many you left? Or am I answering the wrong question? Let me go back. Amazon, I got a big K for mine, Kim said. Oh, yay. That's really awesome. Oh, Lisa, thank you for the super chat. That's so sweet of you. 1 stitch done, Shimon said. I mean, you start on 4. Oh, okay. Sandy did 3 rows on hers. Thank you, Sandy. I should be on that. I'm going to space mine, so, meaning I'm going to stitch the ampersand, and then I'm going to skip down here and do text or something, unless I decide to put my basket next. I know I didn't say I was going to do it that way, but after I saw Heather's, I love it. And I will post in the Facebook group how many rows I leave. But I'm going to space so that I have it for you guys. Cassie left 3. So it looks like 3 is kind of what a lot have left there. Oh, Mrs. Darcy said she also left 3 rows and then started on that 4th row. Lots of that. So thank you so much, you guys, for sharing. Okay. Yes, thank you, ladies, for sharing. I think that is it for today. I know I said I was going to be caught up for this week, and I wasn't, but I am going to be caught up for next week because I need to have stitched and be close to finishing. I'd like to finish on camera next week if possible, so that then I can do the finishing and get that video all ready and edited for you guys. The basket will be so cute. I'm very, very anxious to get to the basket. So, because I watch my friends stitch it and it is so pretty. It's probably, it's the reason I combined the charts is because I just really love that basket. So, I am going to go and settle in for the evening and stitch my little heart out. And I cannot wait to meet you guys back here for week 4. It'll be our final week of Stitch With Me. Definitely stay tuned to the Facebook group and I will put on the YouTube community page too. But I am going to post about the next, it's little stitch along for Christmas in July. And then, pretty quickly, I will post what I want to do for a Halloween SAL. Like I said, I've got it between a couple of charts, and I will post about that so we can gather supplies because that will start a little further out, but I want to give everybody plenty of time. Let's see. Can't wait to see your finished stitch. Oh, thank you, Allison. Have a great week, everybody. Oh, good. I think it's Ladybug93 got lots done. I love that. I hope everyone has a fantastic evening. Have a great week. And I will see you guys all next week. Bye, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube stitching or quilting video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.